But Hailey Van Lith. Oh, you gave a bad answer. Especially consider the fact you're playing the Fever game 1. And I hope Caitlin Clark. This is a person who has played the last 2 times she played Caitlin Clark. I'm not joking when I say this. Caitlin Clark put 40 on her team's head. Put 40 on her head directly once.
Fever fans have had enough, and tonight their anger isn't just boiling over, it's erupting. Why? Because the WNBA just pulled a move so absurd, so blatantly political, that it has Indiana's faithful fuming. Hailey Van Lith, yes, the same Hailey who spent years sparring with Caitlin Clark, has been floated as Rookie of the Year. Think about that. Not Sonia Citron, not one of the rookies quietly putting up numbers and earning respect on the hardwood. No, the league is throwing its weight behind Hailey Van Lith.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Hailey Van Lith, Texas Christian University.
You see a huge hug from Hailey Van Lith with mom and dad. Regular fixtures during her games throughout her collegiate career. Her boyfriend, NBA star Jalen Suggs in the building.
A player more famous for cutting Caitlin Clark in a draft night start bench cut game and body-checking her in a regular season matchup than she is for any jaw-dropping stat line. This isn't about basketball. It's about narrative. It's about the league knowing that Caitlin Clark equals clicks and Hailey Van Lith as her foil equals even more. It's a dangerous game, one that risks alienating the very fan base that carried the WNBA into the mainstream spotlight.
Start bench cut, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. You're gonna get me in trouble and I'm only a rookie.
Oh, this seems wrong.
You're not gonna catch me because they are all great and I'm not gonna answer that question. They are all amazing.
Give flowers to the legend. We're gonna start Diana Taurasi. I'm going to bench Sabrina and cut.
And let's be clear, Fever fans aren't just frustrated, they're furious. They've watched Clark get hammered by cheap fouls, disrespected by rivals, and even painted as the villain by parts of the media. And now, the ultimate insult, her old college rival being crowned as Rookie of the Year hype material, despite Clark already torching her twice in March Madness history. So here's the real question. Is this about talent, or is the league once again manufacturing a rivalry at Caitlin Clark's expense? Strap in, because we're about to break down why this entire Rookie of the Year narrative stinks of agenda. Smash that like button if you're riding with Fever Nation, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because trust me, this debate is only getting started.
Caitlin Clark once again dancing with the basketball.
Caitlin's very skilled. She's a great player. She hit some tough shots, and there's not a whole lot you can do about some of the threes she hit. And I think, her role, the team around her that plays a role, they did a good job of executing their role. So, ultimately they played better than us, and that's what it was.
To understand why Fever fans are so outraged, you've got to rewind the tape. This rivalry didn't just pop up overnight. It's been simmering for years, with receipts all over March Madness and draft night drama. Back in 2023, Caitlin Clark faced off against Hailey Van Lith and Louisville in the Elite Eight. Clark didn't just win, but not Van Lith. With a smug little smirk, she flat out cut Clark. The internet exploded. Fever fans roasted her instantly, dropping memes of Caitlin cooking her for 40+. One fan wrote, "Cut Clark? Sweetheart, she already cut you."
Give flowers to the legend. We're gonna start Diana Taurasi. I'm going to bench Sabrina and cut Caitlin.
But Hailey Van Lith gave a bad answer. This is a person who has played the last 2 times she played Caitlin Clark. I'm not joking when I say this. Caitlin Clark put 40 on her team's head.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark. They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry. You've pissed off. You've done something that'll piss off the damn psycho. The Caitlin Clark has made more all WNBA first teams than Sabrina.
2 years in a row. And just like that, Hailey became the league's newest villain. The rookie fans love to hate. So when the WNBA now dares to float her name as Rookie of the Year, for Fever fans, it's not just ridiculous, it's insulting history repeating itself. Let's strip this down to the core. Rookie of the Year is supposed to reward performance, production, impact. But the way Hailey Van Lith is being hyped, it's got nothing to do with box scores and everything to do with headlines. Start with the numbers. Hailey hasn't exactly been a disaster, but she hasn't been been transformational either. Her rookie campaign with the Chicago Sky has been uneven. Some scrappy moments, sure, but nothing that screams franchise changer. Compare that to Sonia Citron, who's putting together a rock-solid season, playing smart, efficient basketball and earning respect the old-fashioned way, by producing. If we're talking merit, Citron deserves the spotlight, not Van Lith. So why is Hailey being pushed? Because she's marketable as a rival. The WNBA learned quickly that Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, she's a ratings engine. But stars need foils. Enter Van Lith. She's brash, she's already got history with Clark. She's unafraid to poke the bear, even if it means cutting the league's golden child in a viral draft night moment. That's narrative gold, and the league knows it. But here's the problem. In elevating Hailey, the WNBA is effectively rewarding controversy over contribution. That cheap shot on Clark? Brushed aside. That shrug after her draft night shade? Spun as confidence. Meanwhile, Fever fans watch Clark get hammered on the court with no whistle and portrayed as overhyped in the media. It's a double standard so glaring it feels intentional. The league isn't selling basketball anymore. It's selling drama. And it's not just one incident. The infamous hard foul that sent Clark crashing to the floor? Everyone with working eyes called it a cheap shot. Fever fans were livid. But the league? Silence. No flagrant upgrade, no accountability. Instead, the clip went viral with half the media calling it a welcome to the WNBA moment. Translation? Take your swings at Clark, we'll protect you for it. Meanwhile, Van Lith, who's yet to prove she can dominate on the professional stage, is being floated as Rookie of the Year material. Not because she's outplaying her peers, but because she's useful as a counterweight to Clark's dominance. It's as if the league is saying, we can't let Caitlin be too big, too popular, too central. We need someone to play the villain. And the irony? Caitlin's the one who made this league appointment viewing. She's the reason arenas are packed, why casual fans are tuning in, why WNBA merch is flying off the shelves. Yet instead of celebrating her, the league leans into promoting players who challenge her, even if it's sloppy, cheap, or downright disrespectful. That's the contradiction that's got Fever fans fuming. They see their star being penalized for carrying the league while her rivals are rewarded for taking shots at her. It's not just unfair, it feels orchestrated. And when fans start using the word rigged in comment sections, that's a warning sign the league should not ignore. To understand why this Rookie of the Year buzz around Hailey Van Lith hits such a nerve, you have to trace the receipts. Because this isn't some random beef, it's layered history stretching back years. Start in college. 2023 NCAA Tournament. Iowa versus Louisville. Caitlin Clark doesn't just win, she drops 41 points and delivers one of the most iconic clapbacks in women's basketball history. You're down 15 points. Shut up! That wasn't just trash talk, it was a public dismantling of Van Lith, sealing their dynamic right then and there. Caitlin did the work, Hailey did the talking, and everyone watching saw the gap. Fast forward a year. Van Lith transfers to LSU, linking up with Angel Reese. It was hyped as the super team that would finally silence Clark. Instead, another torching. Clark went nuclear again, burying LSU and sending Hailey home again. That's 2 straight years Clark personally ended her season. And both times, Van Lith left the court with nothing but excuses and shrugs. Now shift to the pros. Draft night 2025. Hailey gets the softball game. Start, bench, cut. Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark. Every rookie in their right mind would dodge it. Not Hailey. She cut Caitlin on national television with that smug grin. And just like that, she doubled down on her role as Clark's foil. The internet roasted her alive. Memes of Caitlin's 41-point masterpiece flooded timelines, but instead of humility, Van Lith leaned into it. Shrugs, soundbites, attitude. She embraced being the anti-Clark. And now, months later, here we are. Despite her uneven rookie season, the league is nudging her into Rookie of the Year conversations. Not because she's earned it, but because her name next to Caitlin's drives engagement. It's not about basketball, it's about branding. And that's what makes Fever fans feel disrespected, because Clark already proved it on the court. Van Lith is being rewarded for the optics, not the output. What's unfolding with Caitlin Clark isn't just about one player or one team. It's about the very identity of the WNBA. When you have sponsors don't want maybe or what if attached to their investment. They want certainty, clarity, and confidence. Meanwhile, in locker rooms across the league, players are watching this saga closely. Some quietly sympathize with Clark's grind, knowing the weight of carrying a franchise. Others roll their eyes, convinced she's been given too much too soon. That divide is dangerous. If unchecked, it risks creating fractures not just in Indiana, but across the WNBA itself. And here's the kicker. Every single decision moving forward, minutes played, press statements, medical updates, becomes magnified under a national microscope. The Fever can no longer operate like a small market team flying under the radar. They're now the heartbeat of a league at its most pivotal crossroads. Here's the brutal truth. The Indiana Fever are out of time for excuses. They're not just managing a basketball team. They're stewarding the single most important player in the modern history of the WNBA. Every stumble, every mismanaged rotation, every questionable injury update is no longer a small story. It's a headline. It's a debate. It's a potential catastrophe for the entire league. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie trying to find her footing. She's the spark that turned arenas into sellouts, that forced networks to bump primetime slots, that got corporations to finally treat the W like a serious investment. And yet, what do fans see when they tune in? Confusion, miscommunication, a franchise that looks more reactive than proactive. That doesn't just frustrate Indiana fans. It shakes the confidence of casual viewers who finally gave the league a chance. The Fever's front office and coaching staff now face a decision with consequences far beyond this season. Do they lean into Clark's stardom and build a sustainable system around her? Or do they keep stumbling through a power struggle that risks burning out the brightest flame the league has ever seen? Because make no mistake, Caitlin Clark will rise. Whether Indiana stands with her or not, she's too skilled, too driven, and too magnetic. Whether Indiana stands with her or not, she's too skilled, too driven, and too magnetic to be contained. The only question is whether the Fever and the WNBA will rise with her or collapse under the weight of their own indecision. And that's where we'll leave it tonight. A star player, a divided locker room, and a league at a turning point. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think the Fever are protecting Caitlin Clark or sabotaging her? Drop your take in the comments, smash that like button if you're fired up about this story, and of course, subscribe to Her Hoops so you don't miss a single update on the most dramatic saga in women's basketball today.